Hello and welcome to Zen Dragon Studio. I'm Abby and today's class is a hip and hamstring release. We're going to be doing a little bit of deeper stretches in today's practice, but we're not going to be holding any of them for very long. If you feel you need some props, go ahead and grab some. I would suggest using 2 blocks at the very end for our final posture. And if you don't have 2 blocks, you can use 2 pillows or a rolled up blanket or towel. And I also wanted to start our practice off with a little mini card reading. I have my Power of Surrender deck. And I just wanted to pull a card to help us kind of have something to focus on a little bit in our practice today. When we're doing this is more of like a yin practice, a restorative practice. Oftentimes it's about releasing, and so I thought the Power of Surrender deck would be a good deck to start with. I enjoy card readings. They're a way that I like to, they're kind of a fun way that I like to communicate with God. You can use universe, source, I say God. But yeah, I thought it'd be fun to incorporate with our practice. So let's see what we have. Okay. Surrender the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. So, surrender the idea you can fix someone. This might seem kind of unrelated to a hip and hamstring restorative yoga class, but I feel that it really relates to when we're in a lot of restorative and yin postures and we're holding them for long periods of time or even short periods of time. It's important to really be in touch with our bodies and the sensations going on in our bodies so that we know when we need to back off, when we can come in a little bit deeper, and when we need to modify or just really listening to your body so that we don't hurt ourselves. Our bodies are very intelligent, and sometimes, I know myself included, if I can't do what a posture is supposed to look like or what I see the teacher doing, I tend to try and force myself into that posture, especially with restorative and yin poses. And we really don't want to do that because that can cause injury in the body and a lot of discomfort, and it's not a very healthy habit to get into with your body. You want to be able to have a healthy relationship with your body where you can really listen when it's telling you, hey, we need to back off here, or I can go a little bit deeper. I feel like I can go deeper here, or I need to be more supported here today, because what our body needs each day is going to be different as well. So for today's hip and hamstring release, I invite you to really feel into the sensations you're feeling in each posture and make sure that you are really listening to your body and doing what it needs. If that means you modify, you modify. If you come out of it completely or just come out a little bit, you do that. If you need to go deeper, absolutely do that. But the important focus for today's class will definitely be to really take ownership for how you feel in your body while you practice today and really honor your feelings in your body so that you can really have a deep and joyful experience in this restorative class today. So I hope you enjoyed our little reading at the beginning of class today. And when you're ready to begin, you can go ahead and join me seated on your mat with any props you need. If you don't feel like you need any props, don't worry about it. We will begin seated for a little bit of grounding before we get into our stretching postures. So when you're ready, I'll see you on the mat. go ahead and find a comfortable seated position on your mat. You can lean forward and back, side to side a little bit, and find your place of center. When you're ready, close your eyes and just begin to breathe. Just begin to come into your body and become aware of all the sensations you're feeling in your body. Our intention today is to honor our body and to tune into how we're feeling in each posture to ensure that we're really giving ourselves what we need today in these postures, regardless of if it's a really deep expression or a very gentle one. Just begin to tune into your body and how you feel. And begin to come back to the present moment and open your eyes. And our first posture is butterfly. So go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together in front of you. You can have your heels, we're going to be feeling the stretch in our inner thighs, and you can have your heels either closer or further away from your groin, depending on how deep of a stretch that you want to feel. If this is too intense for you, you can always place your blocks or your pillows under your knees. And we want to bring our belly button towards the spine if that feels good to you. If you want to sit up a little bit straighter because it's already pretty intense, feel free to. Otherwise, you can come forward to your depth. We're not here for very long. Just relax into your depth. You might find that it changes as we continue to breathe into the posture. Go ahead and gently press yourself up out of the posture. Bring your knees together. We're going to move into our next posture, which is double pigeon. So go ahead and bring one of your legs out in front of you parallel to the long edge of your mat and stack the opposite leg on top. It's okay if there's a little bit of space between your knee and ankle. That's okay. You can place a block or pillow. If that's way too intense for you, just go ahead and sit in a cross-legged position with your legs as parallel to the long edge of the mat as you can. In case placing the ankle over the knee, not directly on top, just a little bit below the knee or above. And just begin to breathe here It's a very deep stretch in our hips. Don't worry, we're not here for long, just a few breaths. You can lean forward if that feels good to you. If this is already enough, just stay where you are. Please keep the feet flexed. You're doing great, just a little bit longer. All right, we're going to switch sides, bring the opposite leg underneath, the other on top, if that feels good. Or you can sit in a cross-leg position with your legs a little bit further out from your body. Just do what feels good for you. Each side is different as well, so if this side is different than your other side, that's perfectly okay. Just as long as we're feeling a stretch in our outer hip. You can lean forward or you can sit up relatively straight. Just remember to honor your body. If it's too deep, you can always come out. Almost there, you're doing great. All right, you did it. So go ahead and uncross the legs and we'll come into windshield wipers, just dropping your knees to the mat, back and forth for a little while. It was a very deep stretch. All right, go ahead and meet me in downward facing dog. When our hips up, your heels don't need to touch the floor, especially in the beginning of our practice. If this is the first time you've practiced yoga, your hamstrings might be a bit tight. You can always walk out your dog if that feels good to you. We're just coming into our practice. Just do what's right for your body. All right, inhale your right leg up and step it through between your hands, dropping the back knee into a low lunge. We want our knee over our ankle. And we're going to place our hand on our thigh. You can have your feet tucked or untucked, depending on what's best for your knee. And we're just going to breathe here. All right. Go ahead and bring your hands onto the mat and come back into half split. Just straighten the leg as much as you can and flex the foot. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Just do what you can, what feels good in your body. Okay, moving into pigeon, go ahead and come forward. You can lift your back leg if that helps you come into it. Just bring your right knee towards your right wrist, and you can sit on down. And you can stay upright, and you want to make sure that your leg is straight behind you. You can stay up or you can come down onto your forearms. We're here for about 10 breaths. So settle in. If you need to, you can always place a block or a cushion under your thigh to kind of sit on to help it not be so intense. You can rock in little circles, or you can be still. Just whatever you need. Find your posture today. Honor your body, let it open and release in the way that it wants to. And remember, if you ever need to, you can come out. We're almost there though. Don't worry. You're doing great. You can go ahead and come back up. And you can swing your back leg around to the front. We're coming into head to knee. You'll put your right foot against your left thigh. Flex your left foot. Inhale the arms up. And come forward to your depth. Settling into the posture. And inhale to come out. Exhale, place your hands on the mat and just stretch your other foot out. Just going to pause here for a moment. That was a lot of deep stretching back to back. We're just going to let that integrate into our body for a little bit. And then we're going to do it all again on the other side. All right, come back into down dog for me. You can walk out your dog again if you need to, or you can just be still. It's all right if your heels don't touch the floor. Just find your expression. Go ahead and inhale your left leg up and step it through between your hands, coming into low lunge. We want our knee over our ankle. Placing our hands on our thighs, and you can have your back leg, the foot tucked or untucked, whatever is most comfortable for your knee. And we're going to hang out here for a little bit. All right, bring your fingertips to the mat and come back into half split. Just straighten that left leg as much as you can, keeping the feet flexed. My left side is very tight compared to my right side. I don't know how your sides differ, but that's how mine are, that I'm noticing in this practice, especially here. All right, we're coming into pigeon, so go ahead and come forward. Bringing your left knee to your left wrist, making sure that back leg is straight behind you. You can stay lifted up, or you can come down onto your forearms, or you can lay all the way down on the mat, bringing your chest to the mat if you have that much flexibility. Again, if you need to, you can make any movements you need to, or you can place a block or a cushion under your left thigh to make it a little less intense. Just breathe here. Making sure if you came too deep to come out of it a little bit, or if you need to go deeper, go a little bit deeper. If you need to come out of it completely, that's perfectly fine. Be sure to honor your body. We don't want to cause any injury. If it's just uncomfortable, just breathe through it. And go ahead and lift up. And swing that back leg around. We're coming into head to knee. Placing that left foot against your right thigh. Flexing that right foot. Go ahead and inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale to your depth. If you're feeling any pain in your knee, you can bend your knee a little bit. Go ahead and inhale your arms up, bring them down your side, and extend both legs out in front of you, closing the eyes. Just take a couple breaths here, taking a short break after those deep stretches. All right, coming into our next posture, you can go ahead and lay your back down on the mat. We're coming into figure 4. You can place one ankle over the other knee. You can either leave your foot on the floor or you can clasp behind your thigh and pull in towards your chest. Closing the eyes. We don't want the ankle directly on the knee, slightly above. And just breathe here. And switching sides, go and bring that foot down to the mat. Uncross your leg, place the opposite ankle above your knee. You can stay on the floor or you can clasp behind your thigh and begin to gently pull your knee and ankle into your chest. So whatever you need here. You can always adjust if you need to. Honor your body here. Go ahead and release the posture. Place both feet on the mat for just a moment. We're going to come into happy baby. So you can grab the outside of your feet or wrap your index and middle finger around your big toe. You can rock side to side or you can be still. You can close your eyes. Just gently pulling our knees towards our armpits. Just hanging out here for about 10 breaths. You can alternate between bending and extending each leg. Just whatever you need to do here, whatever feels best in your body. And gently coming out. Go ahead and hug your knees in towards your chest. We're going to do some little circles. Pick a direction and just draw little circles with your knees on the ceiling. Just a gentle massage for your low back. And other direction, little circles. They can be as big or as little as you need them to be, whatever feels best on your back right now. This is just a gentle massage. Coming into our final posture, it's going to be a reclined butterfly. So bring the soles of your feet together. They can be further away or closer to the body depending on what you need. If you need some support under your knees, bring a block or a pillow, or you can make a couple fists and place them under your thighs to help as well. If this is too intense for you, or if at any point this becomes too intense for you, you can go ahead and do a regular Shavasana, extending your legs out long. Just whatever you need to. We want this to be comfortable and restorative. If your eyes aren't already closed, you can close them. Just begin to breathe here, coming into your body, honoring how your body wants to finally release in our practice today. Notice the sensations in your body. If you're feeling tense or open. If you're feeling tense, go ahead and take a moment to really breathe into that area of the body. Just really let it know that it's allowed to let go and relax. Our bodies can hold on to so much. It's important to take time to let it release what it's holding on to, and to let it release in whatever ways you're going to feel best to it. Whether that's movement or stillness. Find your pose and let yourself melt into it. Go ahead and invite small movement back into your body. You can bring your knees together. Keeping the eyes closed, go ahead and roll onto your favorite side for fetal position. Bottom arm acts as a pillow. Knees gently in towards your chest. Just breathe here. Really allow yourself to be nurtured in this posture. Keeping the eyes closed, gently push yourself up into a seated position. We're just going to take a minute to check in here. Did I honor my body in this practice today? Did I take responsibility for my feelings and modify where I needed to? Did I push myself a little too hard in some postures or not enough in others? Just really feel into the effects of our practice today and how you honored your body in it. And inhale the arms up overhead, keeping the eyes closed. Exhale, palms to heart center. Thank you for joining me today. When you feel ready, you can open your eyes. All right. I hope you enjoyed this practice and our little card reading in the beginning. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more free yoga. Namaste.